with him the way he's been playing. But I'll have more information tomorrow on you. But what a great team win. That's the way it's supposed to be. It's been a long time coming since we've won a home game here. So it's just a great feeling for everybody in the entire organization. Everyone who puts so many hours in, and then to be able to come home and play like this is phenomenal. Some numbers that people have told me about is that the first time not allowing a TD since 2023 by the defense, outstanding. Most kick return yards by Chim in franchise history. Cam, rookie yards, most outstanding. Just seeing him make those plays out there, unbelievable. And once again, Jeff's Jeff. What he's done, getting the safety and the way he played, the way he leads, it's unbelievable. And you just feel so good for these guys because they work so hard, and this is what you want for our fans. And to our fans, I'm glad that we do this for them too. It was great atmosphere. And then you talk about the game going, you guys talked about, finishing end of the half, start of the second half, the way the offense did that. But just a great team effort overall by everybody, and give the coaches a ton of credit. The defensive coaching staff with 3 guys going down last week, and what we did with the guys, just learning this week, teaching whoever they had available. Obviously, and then we have an injury. It's just give them a ton of credit, and the offensive staff for the plan, and once again, the way we ran the football. And we got that, like I talked about, the identity we want to have here and the way we're playing. But just couldn't be happier for the players in the locker room, the entire organization, everybody that's bought in and worked so hard. There's nothing like winning at home. So with that, I'll open it up.
How much explanation did they give you on the touchdown that they took off with Jeff? Did they just not see him report?
They said he has to go directly to the ref to report. He's running out there. 98, everyone in the whole entire stadium's, but he didn't go. He has to go directly to him, and you see everyone saying Jeff's reporting this and that, and they said he has to go directly to Cleat. So they threw the flag.
The running game has been revitalized the last 3 weeks. Tony's been over 100 yards each week. How much has that not only helped him, but also helped Cam to be in better situations and able to use the passing game?
Well, this is with 2 minutes remaining. Obviously, we ran the one time, so what do we have? 38 total runs, whatever, I guess, if you add the last one. It's a commitment to the running game. We said it. I've always wanted to run the football, and situations come up, this and that, and obviously we went on the road to Cleveland. We said we have to run the football. We cannot get out of this game running at 12, 14. It's got to be in the 30s. We got to be able to get up there and do it in the weather with miles, this and that. You have to run the football, and it was a commitment. And we kind of challenged everybody. This is the way the offensive line loves, obviously. But just give everybody credit. The coaches putting a great plan together, players going out and execute it, the receivers blocking their tails off downfield, doing certain things. It's a whole team effort. Cam, with the alerts and the checks and everything, getting us into the right plays, things like that. But it's a commitment to the run game. You have to commit to it. You have to practice it that way. And you've got to actually call it in the game, and that's what we've done the past 3 weeks, and it's paid off for us.
That 10-play, 89-yard drive, how big was that for you guys, and how do you like the way you were able to layer the plays on that?
Oh, you love it. You love those 10-play drives. I don't care what plays you call, and you get 10-play drives and go that many yards. It's awesome. That's what it's all about. But this was a complimentary game, everyone playing together today. So it's just, like I said, I'm so happy for the guys in the room.
Potentially Cam's best game?
He played well. And we'll look at the film. You see some of the plays that he made. The one throw, who was that, over the chin when he was scrambling around there and threw it to the left side over on their sideline. Wow, what a play. But he's getting better every week. And there's going to be some plays you miss. The fourth down, I think he's going to look back at and say, "Guy, we could make that throw. We got to convert that there." But he's getting better. And I've been saying it from day one. Cam loves to play the game of football. He loves to be coached hard, and he understands he's going to make some mistakes, but it doesn't bother him. He just keeps going, and he's Cam. So very happy with the way he played.
You've scored 24. You've scored 24 or more in 4 out of 5 now.
Kind of like that.
How due was that, and how much is that kind of a testament to the growth of everything, the play calling, the young guys?
I think it's everybody involved, you always go down to how do you execute and how do you block, how do you do certain things, how do you call games, how do you put players in a position to be successful, and it goes down to players executing and making plays. There's plenty of plays in there where, especially in the run game, the attitude and the mindset of our backs right now, it's unbelievable. It's because they have the confidence in it, and that's what happens when you commit to something like that and you run it. And it's amazing the number of times we run it, and now we score more points because we're more efficient. And I think Cam's learning a lot, too, about when you run the ball like this, and now it's a lot easier to be in third and manageable than it is the third and longs. If you have an incomplete pass, even second and longs are harder. So when you don't have the incompletes and you're efficiently, even it's 2 yards, and all of a sudden 2 becomes 4, you just keep multiplying it as you go. It helps everybody. But it just goes to say, when you go out there and do what we're supposed to be doing, you score points like this. So it's great to see the number of points we've been scoring. And then give us credit too. The defense getting the ball back for you, get field position. Leading up to this game, the past 2 weeks, we had 24 points off of 3 turnovers and a block kick. So that's part of it too, scoring more points.
You mentioned the home losing streak a couple of times. Obviously, the players were aware too. What are the ways you guys emphasized it as a staff? Like, how did they get it ingrained, and why was it so important to kind of end that?
Well, we didn't. You got to be careful. Nick said in the meeting the other day about being 412 days since we've won at home, and so that was kind of where it stemmed from there. But it's hard to win in this league, and that's why I just told the players, enjoy this. What a great Christmas gift for everybody involved, everybody in the organization, all our fans, to be able to enjoy Christmas after a win. It's great. It's an unbelievable feeling. I'm just so happy for the guys and the veterans and the leaders that deserve this. I mean, the entire team deserves it, don't get me wrong, but they work so hard.
We talked about the 4th downs before, and this game, there was no hesitation. You were going forward. Is that a confidence issue? Was the game flowing better? What was it?
Got a little nervous after the one. It's just you do what you think is best there. Did you punt there? And Cam went right to the line of scrimmage and tried to sneak it, and we didn't get it. But we responded to it. But there was times earlier in the game we went, the 3rd down we didn't get, and then we went for the 4th down. It's always going to be the flow of the game, and what is the down and distance, and what is the score of the game. I know I've told you guys this since the first game here. It's going to change week to week. And there's times where you say, you got to be more aggressive. You've got to finish drives with touchdowns and not field goals, so that changes things. So there's so many things on a weekly basis, how you run in the – now, it makes it a lot easier for those situations to go for when you run the ball the way we do. Now, we didn't get it on the 1 3rd down. We ran it. But other than that, just –
Coach, you talked about the commitment to the run game.
Uh-huh.
How is that affecting those shorter swing passes and affect the screen game, which looked like it was hitting today?
Well, it's all part of, they gotta cover everybody. And I know you guys had some questions about handing the ball off to Chim, and it's this and that, and it's, the average is this, but when you look at it and all of a sudden you hand the ball off, the next time you see X number of defenders going with him, it's like that helps the running game. So they've got to honor everybody, and, I think, a number of times this year when we've thrown those bubbles and things like that, there's been some big plays. And, Chig makes guys miss more often than not as long as you get that first guy going. So it's just another way that whoever those players are, they've got to honor that. Because if they don't, as long as you make one block and get the play started, it's going to be a positive gain. So it's just something we believe in. It helps the running game. And it may not always be the prettiest thing in the world. It might be some 1 and 2s, or there's a couple minuses in there. I know that. But it helps because it's that nickel or whoever that defender is has got to widen in the box.
Mike, a lot of young players on this team, obviously. How important do you think this whole journey is going to be for them, that they're seeing what it's like over the course of the season and now having some success before it ends?
It's invaluable, the experience they're getting. And I think a lot of times, too, and give the coaches credit. Give all the coaches all the credit in the world. The way these rookies are playing and the number of them that are playing and that have been playing for a long time. And you see the success. We all talked about Gunnar early in the year and what Luke's, just to mention one person, Luke, the way he got Gunnar rolling up early in the blocking and things like that. We weren't sure how it was going to be, and you just see where he is now from where he was. That's just one example. And then, the DBs, unfortunately, have been dinged the last 2 weeks, but you see their growth and you see Cam's growth. I go on and on about every rookie. And, I think one thing, it's hard to win in the NFL. It's brutal losing, but you're also teaching these guys how to win games. When you look at the whole game, you look at it, And you learn from the losses just as much, and it's not just the individual performances, but part of my job is to help teach these guys how to win. And it's not just their individual performances, but you look at it as you never know what play is going to affect the game and win. And so it's just a matter of getting these guys to execute at a high level. They're going to make mistakes. They're going to make mistakes, but be brutally honest with them about, hey, this is what's going to help us. And, you know, the big thing, I think the one thing the coaches have all stressed from day one here is don't worry about the mistakes are on us as coaches. That's going to happen. There's a bunch of young players, just don't make the same mistake twice. Whether it's a decision Cam makes, you know, like I had to burn a timeout today. Like, don't do that again, please. Things like that you don't want to do, and you got to avoid those things. But it's going to happen in the game, and you just keep growing. And that's
that one play. Dan Moore went down. So Skoronski bumped the tackle. And 11 came in. What was behind that? Why didn't Udo go on that left tackle?
well, it's because he was eligible to play before. So you can't go from an eligible to an ineligible and an injury. Because that's twice now. That's happened this year. That's twice it's happened.
Can you challenge a replay assist?
You're asking about the one the fourth down?
The helm.
I asked Cleat if he could challenge. He told me I could not challenge it.
That's wrong, by the way.
I went to ask him. I want to challenge. You cannot challenge. That's what he told me. So he said we could not challenge it. When he told me we couldn't, we didn't challenge it.
Would you have if you could have?
There's a possibility.
What do you think about Cam's decision-making growth over the last month to 5 weeks?
You know, I think it gets better. I think he plays faster and faster. He's more comfortable each week. This was a tough challenge because of what Spags is a phenomenal defensive coordinator. And the pressures, he understands all the protection schemes and all those things. And he got us a couple of times, and that's the good thing was Cam did the next best thing. He ate the ball, whether he threw the ball away, didn't turn the ball over. And that's critical against a team like this. But those are the things you see, the ball security in the pocket, things like that. You see the growth, and that's what it's all about. So you just continue to see him making, the wow plays here and there, and just the control and the command of the offense and the growth. Very pleased with where he's at these days. All right, thank you very much. And Merry Christmas if I don't see all you in the next couple of days. Have a great Christmas.
Jeff, how good does it feel to finally break the home losing streak? I know you're trying to win every week, but
That's feel good. That's a good football team, even without, their best player, Mahomes. I try to keep it close for a little bit, but, what a feeling. It's a feeling to come in the locker room to celebrate with the guys and, to feel that, the joy, to feel that lift, especially being at home. It's been a tough season for us, but, the resiliency that, guys kept fighting. And, that's what I keep talking about when we talk about the future of this football team and you talk about, what we made of. We could have easily said, this season over with. And as you see how guys come in each and every day with the right mindset that no matter what the record is, we're going to continue to play for each other and play hard. And, today showed that it. All three phases, shout out to the offense. They did their part. Everyone just did their job. And we keep talking about complimentary football, and we finally got us one at home, so it felt good.
When you went in on the eligible play, was there contact with the official? Like, did it seem like he acknowledged it?
From my understanding, what I'm looking at him, and I'm a defensive player. You see, I wear a big arm brace, red sleeve, and I'm looking right at you, and I'm throwing my arm up and rubbing my chest. But he said he didn't acknowledge it. I guess he was reporting Udo first, and I guess I should have actually went into his face and did it again, I guess. But that's the kind of explanation. He was like, I got a lot to handle doing that play. But as I'm running on the field, I'm looking, making eye contact with him doing this. And, I don't know, but, I hate it for TP. He was knocked off a touchdown off the board. But, I guess hopefully if I get another opportunity, hopefully they don't ban me on offense now. But if I get another opportunity, I'll make sure that I go all the way to the referee. I did the same thing I did last week. As I'm running on the field, I'm, doing this. And, maybe he just took his eyes off me at the last minute as I'm coming on the field. But, lesson learned.
How much do defensive linemen lick his chops when a team has the ball pretty much at the goal line and a chance to get a safety? And when's the last time you had gotten one of those?
Been a while. I think that was my first safety I ever caused in my career, honestly. From high school to college. When they got backed up, in my mind, I'm like, go make a play. That's kind of my mindset, every snap, honestly. But it's like when you get in a moment like that, and they get a false start, and the crowd noise, and the momentum is kind of going our way. So it's like that next play, I'm like, now it's time to go make a play. I switched up my technique a little bit to where I know I'm about to get a double team, which is supposed to be a double team, and I swim the hell out. I swimmed pretty good, and whiffed them, and my eyes got big. I was just praying not to miss the tackle. So it was a hell of a play on my behalf, and I said, it's my first one in my career. That one felt good. So.
We've talked about the need for these young guys to experience winning. Now that they've got this one, experienced it at home, what do you think the value is to young guys, especially Cam and some of the young guys on offense? What's it mean to them to feel it?
Man, I think it means a lot to them. I mean, I think as a team, when you walk into that building, them young guys, sometimes you could, when you've been on team, when you've been in the league for a minute, you know how sometimes young guys think, and you kind of feel it at times to where, like, these guys about to, they're going through adversity, is it one of them things where they're going to shell? I would say start with Cam. Like, Cam haven't changed. Us as a team, we know how close we've been. We know how, vital it is for us to do the listings, better. And I think that's when we come in and watch tape and we get the correction from the coaches, we see that. And all young guys see that. And like I said, I don't think we had a better rookie class. This rookie class is pretty good. And they come out there, they've been coming to work with the right mindset. And like I said, start with Cam. He was pissed off when we came in. We got the victory last time, and I was messing with him in the locker room. I was like, "Don't be the Grinch today." He was happy today, and like I said, shout out to the young guys. And like I said, this is just showing what we could be in the future, and them guys, they're gonna play a big part of it.
Jeff, it's 9-6 at halftime, and the offense goes 90 yards to open the second half, put them down 2 scores. How much did that change the game for you guys on your side?
It changed the games a lot. Especially when you got a team that still trying to establish the run game. Now it's put us in, pass rush mode. That's something that we've been harping on. That's something that we've been talking about. Denard on the sideline, like he over there telling us, even in the locker room at halftime, let's get him to 3rd and long. And like I said, that's what you call complementary football. When your offense can go out there 90 yards, like that's big time football. And that's something we dream for on defense, especially when you could just pin your ear back and rush, as you saw at the end of the game. Like, when you can get 2 sacks back to back like that, that's big time. So, like I said, that's complementary football. That's something we've been preaching. That's something we've been really harping on. It's just, playing for each other and playing off each other. So.
Talk about feeding off of each other. I know you mentioned Cam being quote unquote a Grinch after the last win, but that competitive attitude, how do you guys feed off of that, knowing that he's kind of the captain on the other side of the ball and you being the captain and a competitor yourself on the defensive side?
Well, it wasn't a bad thing. I had a conversation with Cam. We all talked to Cam, but of course, like when it happened, I was like I told him. It's hard to win in this league, but to understand and to know every time we come into the meeting room, there's always things to grow off of, and that's what Cam felt coming off the field. So I understood where he's coming from. But one thing I told him, it's hard to win in this league, no matter who it's against. I'm sure you wanted everything to be cleaner, and you got to enjoy every one of them. Especially the way this season been going for us, that's kind of my message to him. But I understood where he was coming from. It's not always going to be clean, but just like today, like I told him, most, passing yards in Titan history for a rookie. I kind of threw that in and joked with him, but that's big time. And that's the expectation that he had for himself, and that's the reason why, man, honestly, I keep telling people that's the reason why I don't want to go nowhere. I see the competitive nature. I see the growth. As a rookie of Cam, I can see where he could take this franchise. So, I'm looking forward to continue to end the season the right way, and we'll see how next year goes for us.
Jeff, Minshew goes out. He was kind of struggling with the way you all went into him early. Had you prepped much on this Chris
I don't know.
I just butchered his name.
Yeah, Sir, I'm not gonna lie to you. I didn't even know they had him on the roster. I don't even all I knew was Minshew. I didn't know nothing about a backup quarterback. I didn't know who their backup quarterback was. I knew Minshew. I knew what type of player he was because I done faced him. So, yeah, when I saw him come in the game, I was surprised. I went to the sideline. I saw Minshew get up slow, but I didn't know he ended up leaving the game. So I got to the sideline, and I was like, "What happened?" But I didn't. He was running around a little bit, but I don't even know who the guy is. No offense to him, but I didn't watch no film on him. We didn't prep for him at all. So.
How much did you guys talk? Is the coaching staff talk to you guys about how long it had been since a home win here?
We've mentioned in before the game. I think when we talked about earlier this week, right after that last game, and we talked about coming back home, we've been talking about it all week at practice. We didn't put I guess, an exact number on it, how long it been, but man, like I said, it was like desperate. We were desperate to win at home, and guys played that way today. So, like I said, I'm proud of this team for getting our first win at home this year. So, we got one more. Hopefully, we can finish it out the right way.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate it.
Good win, just because it was the first time we played good enough complementary all three phases. Defense, I think they kept us in the game the entirety, part of it, especially when we had our 3 and outs, but, it was a good team win.
You weren't on the team the last time that they won a game at home. Have you guys, as a rookie class, felt kind of the weight of that this season?
No, we didn't feel the weight of it. We just want to win every game, and we got to be able to establish a home atmosphere by winning games. So the biggest thing is us is how can we go 1-0 each and every week, and try to continue to play complementary football.
How much did that opening drive of the second half to go down and you hit a couple of deeper shots and you guys score and take the lead? How much did that kind of set the tone for the whole second half?
I would say more setting the tone. I just think we continue to play high-level football both sides. Everybody doing their job. And there's still going to be some stuff to clean up offensively and defensively just from, little miscues. But I think we all just had the right mindset, each and every play, trying to be efficient on both sides of the ball and continue to, keep the clock running and continue to score points.
How much is the running game and Tony's emergence over these last 3 games, how much has that made it a little easier for you in the pass game when it's time to throw the ball?
It's made it very easy. And Tony, he's one of the most unselfish, people out there. And for him to continue to, let his presence, be felt when things are good, when things are bad. It's why, we're starting to trend upwards. The O-line, I think they do a good job, the run game just, each and every week. We just got to continue to, play complementary football, help the defense out, and continue to be balanced on offense.
You, Alec, DK, Gunner, so instrumental in this. How significant that the young guys are kind of doing it together, experiencing winning together?
It's fun, especially when we all contribute. A lot of our work, pays off. And I think the biggest thing, for us as rookies is we just want to win football games. We all don't care about, how we win. It's just, we all have the will to win.
You mentioned efficiency earlier. Would you say this was your most efficient game of the season?
I would say so, especially from just a continue to stay above the chain standpoint. I think in the pass game and run game, we were able to get what we wanted out of it, and I think that's why we were able to have one of our more productive days in offense.
With the comfort level and confidence that you seem to be playing in the pocket, is there a different level that you're reaching as far as feeling the flow of the game and just being able to function effectively?
There's a different flow. Because I think, as a quarterback, if you can manipulate a lot of stuff will go your way. But you got to continue to, play on schedule and on time of, how the drive's going. You got to continue to, emphasize what's going in that drive, what's going good in that drive with this pass and run game. And you just got to continue to, have a next play mentality. You're going to have bad plays, but if you have the right mindset each and every, down, you'll take care of a lot.
Is there anything other than reps that's helped you unlock that comfort level?
Just continue to watch a lot of film, knowing what DC wants to call here, knowing our best matchups, especially on third down. So just continue to watch film with my guys. Coach Stab helped me out a lot.
Where do you think you have improved the most as a team, and how good does it feel to be kind of ending this year with some momentum?
I think the biggest thing that we've improved just as a whole with just our mindset, attacking each and every day. Whether it's a walk-through, jog-through, we actually practice in our game. Each and every, rep, we have to have the right mindset that it's going to be a touchdown rep offensively, and defensively, having to be a game-stopping rep. So the more that we can emphasize the little things, the things that's going to win us games, we'll continue to go in the right direction. That's always been the mindset the whole time. But I think the switch flipped is when we just got going. It's hard to, when you never get going and then try to get going, I think that's one of the hardest things to do. But once you get going and you see what good football is supposed to look like, I think that real-time switch just flips, each and every day.
Cam, how your touchdowns today came on a play that Mahomes and Travis Kelce pretty much made famous, which is a little bit tight end shovel pass.
Mm-hmm.
How good did it feel to be able to execute that play against that team?
I'm just glad we called it. All that crazy stuff, that's me every play. So I think Bo and Nick and Stock tight ends coach, I think they did an unbelievable job with the play. They let us freelance a little bit, and I'm glad Chad got a gusto.
Cam, how difficult has this whole season been for you, just as somebody who wasn't used to probably not having success playing football? And do you feel like now that you're almost kind of on the other side of it, that you're going to be a lot better for what you went through this year?
Yeah, I think I've been better each and every week. Whether it's one thing or whether it's a major thing. I've had, stops where, I didn't have, good football, whether it was team as a whole or just me individually. I know how to handle tough situations. And, just the team that they have around me, the guys that we have in our locker room, we're able to handle those situations. So I think just going forward, I just continue to control what I can control, lead my teammates, be a great team player, and try to win games. I think everything else take care of itself.
What's the most important thing, Cam, for you for the final 2 games of this season, do you think?
To win games and continue to put up a lot of points on offense. We pride ourselves on scoring football, and we have to make an emphasis on that every drive. Every drive has to end with points. But then, the more we can score the football, defense continue to do what they're doing, the wins will stack on.
Jefferson is a veteran wide receiver on this team. Of course, you mentioned that he talked to you and gave you advice and things like that. How has his advice been critical to your development and your process on the field?
I think the best part of having Van Jay is, he can see it from a different point of view than I can. Not only the years he's played, the where he's lined up, because they don't see everything I see when I'm dropping back, and I can't see what they see while they're running. So he's able to let me know just certain leverages that a DB's playing. It helps me with my ball placement. When things get rough, he always stays in the right mindset. He never gets too high, never gets too low. And I know he's always there to make a play for us.
You excited to see Miami get the win yesterday?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They got some stuff to clean up as well, man. But for them boys to, get their first ever CFP win, in the program history, is something I wish I could have did. But I know the guys, in that locker room, they got us. And I plan on them going out there beating Ohio State.
Appreciate it, Cam.
Appreciate it.